Hey everyone, I want to talk about safety regarding people, places, and things. So I'm going to recap. I'm going to talk about a situation I recently faced and something that happened and how my situation can help you um, to avoid possibly facing the same thing, which you may or may not. But anyways, um, just a short recap, and I've talked about this before. I was raped when I was in the military. I was 19 years old. I was raped by a fellow soldier. Didn't talk about it. I didn't talk about it for 10 years. And then after 20 years later, I filed with the VA for my PTSD as a result of the military sexual trauma, et cetera, et cetera. So it took 10 years of in-depth inpatient treatment and therapy, and I started to deal with the trauma and everything that changed in my life as a result of the trauma. So I had to do a lot of intensive work. And so anyways, I decided to, in 2019, November, I decided to file my rape charge. Despite the fact it was past the statutes, I decided to face my rape charges and deal with it, and filed with Lakewood Police and Fort Lewis Police Department, et cetera, et cetera. And I found the affidavit from my rapist. Subsequently went on to rape someone else in 1991, and I sent out the affidavit, and lo and behold, I get this notice of harassment in January of this year that my rapist is filing harassment charges against me because I notified different people about his subsequent rape and my rape as well. So anyways, um, then so in January this year, I find out that I have to go back to Washington State to face my rapist in court, but now I'm the defendant, he's the plaintiff, et cetera, et cetera. So same day that I get my notice of harassment from a process server, my youngest sister calls me and says that our oldest sister and my rapist have been talking. And I don't know how it went down. I don't know how he got her number, how she got his number, how they got into contact, but she had informed my youngest sister that they talked on a regular basis, and then my mom called her and said, "What's going on?" And she told my mom she had talked to him once. I don't know what happened, but I know they talked. And so when I got served, I knew I was going to face him. I was at the VA every day. I said, I don't know if I can do this. And it was a week and a half of hell before I went to court. And I was talking to a lot of therapists and getting meds just to sleep because I couldn't sleep. And because this 30 years in the making. So anyways, what happened is that I went to court. It was the worst and greatest day of my life. Whatever the case is, I faced him, and eventually, recently, he was found guilty of my rape. Fort Lewis found him guilty. Lakewood Police Department found him guilty, and I'm sure if you found his record, and I believe they filed my rape charge as the rape charge as well, which is against me. So anyways, I have been telling my mom that I have no desire to talk with my oldest sister. My rapist brought up in court that he had been told by my family members that I was psycho and that I was crazy and he should watch out for me. So he even brought it up in court. Tried to use that as his reasoning for filing harassment charges against me. So he brought that out. So I've been telling people since January, she owes me an apology. I want to know what they talked about. I want to know if he's admitted that he raped me. But whatever the case is. So I've been asking for an apology since January. Didn't get it. My oldest sister said, well, we all make mistakes and I'm too old for this shit and whatever. So whatever the case is, so I've informed family members. I've been invited to 2 baby showers. I said if she's going, I won't be there because I am not ready for it. That's all there is to it. It's not the time and place. Not the time and place. I've told my mom, I don't want you to talk about me to her. My mom keeps telling her things about me, and I keep saying, have respect, if I wanted her to know. My mom even called me up and said my oldest sister called her and asked her if I had cancer, because I did a previous video about having a mammogram, and they found some things, and come to find out it wasn't cancer, it was because I have tattoos. So my mom said my oldest sister called her and said I had cancer, whatever the case was. So I said, if I wanted her to know, I would tell her. I don't want to see her. That's just all there is to it. So that's it. So I thought everything was on the up and up. I decided to do a rummage sale, downsize and this and that. So I was driving to my mom's house, dropping off boxes because she lives in a pretty populated area. And lo and behold, I thought it was going to be a great day, a great weekend, get rid of some things, downsize, sell things, whatever the case is, and just hang out. And the thing is there's been times throughout my life when I haven't talked to my mom, and then I have talked to my mom. So the last year and a half, I've been trying to rebuild, trying to have a relationship. I let her in my life. I've invited her to my home and into, this, whatever the case is. And then I'm at the rummage, and lo and behold, my oldest sister shows up. She's the one that talked to my rapist. And I said to her, you need to leave. And she refused to leave. And I wasn't emotionally prepared. I wasn't mentally prepared, physically prepared. I exploded. And I never lose my cool. I'm just calm, cool, and collected. I lost it. And the cops were called, and I said to the police officer, I said, she talked to my rapist. I don't want her here. And then I kept saying, you need to leave. Then she brings up that my kids don't like me. My kids don't talk to me. I'm a shitty mother. So she did that. Okay. And we all know that my kids don't talk to me. It's no secret. And then she says, well, I'm going to call the guy you're with and tell him all about you. And my husband's going to call him too, because my person and her husband have worked together before. And I said, you do what you have to do. So, okay. So anyways, I said, Mom, tell her to leave. And my mom refused to tell her to leave. And then my mom said, I thought you were over this. When a week and a half ago, I told you I wasn't. I told you that I did not want to see her. And just the way it was. And I've been calm about it. So I saw red. Every part of me I was done. I started packing my things up and called my person to bring the trailer because I had so much stuff. And so anyways, I want to talk about the fact that when you love someone, when you truly love someone, you do everything in your power to avoid bringing them pain, anxiety, stress, and whatever. Well, what happens in this world is when you have people who are so dysfunctional and so unhealthy and so miserable and whose lives are so chaotic, drama, whatever, they will put on a facade to your face because whatever the case is, and then when they see that you have the happiness, the joy, the peace, etc., they will underhandedly take your greatest fears and ensure that that greatest fear comes to life. When the situation this past weekend could have been avoided, it was an avoidable situation, and it was an unnecessary situation. So all I know is that I've explained to people, numerous people, I don't want to be around my oldest sister. I was not prepared to see her. And I lost my cool. And the police were there twice. And the police went to talk to my mom. And I said, I need her to leave. And the police said, this is not your home. This is your mom's home. And your mom said, she's welcome here too. So all I know is that if you have someone in your life who does not respect your boundaries, does not respect you as an individual, does not negate doing things that will ensure your happiness, your peace, etc., you have every right to cease communication and remove yourself from the situation. There's just certain people that are not safe, and unfortunately, I was in a situation where I was not respected. My wishes were not honored. It was just a very, very, very challenging situation. So anyways, that's what I want to talk about in this life. Regarding safety, there are people, places, and things that are not safe. You do not have to be around anyone that is unsafe, that does not honor your wishes, that does not respect you, that does not consider you as a whole person, because a loving parent if they have two children who do not get along, they make sure that they do not cross paths, especially in the parents' home. They say to, let's say you have, two siblings, you have little Johnny and little Susie. So Johnny and Susie don't get along because of whatever odd reason, whatever. And you know that having them in the same room is going to cause fireworks, and not in a good way. Chaos, drama, it's going to be a war zone, just war zone. So a loving parent would say, well, Johnny, Susie's going to be here until 3, so if you want to come over after 5, that would be great, so that we can enjoy our visit, so that you'll be comfortable, Susie will be comfortable, whatever. And I respect your decision. If you guys don't want to talk, that's fine. So the parent has, it's just, it's a peaceful, loving situation. Or if there's going to be a big family party or family reunion, Mom would say to Johnny and Susie, your siblings going to be here, and there's going to be a lot of people. It can be avoided. You don't have to be in the same space, and give them the opportunity to choose to be there or choose to not be there. So, because I had told my mom not even a week and a half ago, I don't want to be around her. I've been invited to family parties, and I've told the host of the party, I'm sorry I can't come. I'll send a gift, but I can't be there because my sister might show up. And I was right, she did. And I've told these people, they've respected it. I understand, whatever the case is. So, and that's what a loving person does. That's what a safe person does. By the way, I know that you and so are in the outs. They're going to be here. Just wanted to let you know, so you can choose to be here or choose to not be here. So that's what a loving and kind person does. But someone that is unhealthy, someone that is unkind, unsafe, drama, chaos, whose life is in the shitter, may on the outside seem like a loving and kind person. But internally, when there's drama, chaos, and BS, they will get you when you are most vulnerable, and make sure that your peace and happiness is disrupted. So anyways, your job is to recognize that that's just the way it is. You can't change that person. All you can do is change. Is do whatever it takes to make sure that you keep yourself safe. And if that means avoiding being around that person, that's just the way it is. So I'm giving you permission to refrain from being in unsafe situations. And sometimes that means not being around certain family members that did not respect your wishes. So that's all I wanted to talk about today. That's just the way it is. I'm not perfect. I'm sure a video will come out showing me at my worst. If it happens, whatever. Just know I'm a human being, and I was not prepared. And that's just the way it is. So that's it. I hope everyone has a good day, and that's it. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.